Hi everyone, Jess here, and today I'm with Robert Horton from DFW Airport. Thanks for joining me today, Robert.
My pleasure.
What role does technology play in minimising aviation's environmental impact?
So technology can be quite broad, but we've looked at it from different perspectives. So digital technology, as an example, is playing a very significant role. Because of the wealth of information we have streaming to us, we have a much deeper understanding of how the world behaves around us, how systems behave in response to decisions that we make. And so I think that with those types of tools, we should be using them to better understand the consequences of our actions, right? And by doing that, we can make the world better. As a matter of fact, we look at the digital twin technologies as a catalyst that will help propel us into the future. Because instead of solving individual problems, we can solve collective system-wide problems. And that's the promise of these sophisticated technologies.
That's great. And with the digital twins, could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so digital twins has become the new buzzword in the industry. A lot of people use it, but I actually did some research and found that there's more than 30 definitions of digital twins. But the way that we are viewing a digital twin is a replica of a physical system or a process, but not only that, it doesn't stop there. It's expandable. It's capable of characterizing the behavior of an airport, of our system, over its life cycle. So we can use the data, the live data in our digital twin to understand how the airport has behaved under different types of stressors, like we've seen a lot of extreme weather events at the airport. We can understand how the airport responded to that and how we recovered from it. And we can also look at that for COVID, look at how the airport behaved in terms of energy consumption when the terminals were empty. We lost more than 90% of our passenger volumes. So there's a lot of ways that we can use those tools and digital twin tools.
That's great. And so what you were just saying about energy consumption, could you then use that information to try and optimize things and
Absolutely.
To sustainable ends as well?
Absolutely. We can do that both from a mobility perspective, because we use the same technology to optimize the movement of our buses around our campus, but we can also apply that to our terminals. Our terminals use a lot of energy, and we've done a variety of strategies, implemented a variety of strategies to help improve that, reduce the amount of energy required. So for example, we've used dynamic glass, which is just like progressive lens, but by applying a low voltage to the glass, it actually can tint through 4 progressive stages. So in the peak summer, when it's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, it can reduce the amount of heat that enters the space, which minimizes the amount of energy you need to use to keep the terminals cool and passengers comfortable. So again, by studying the behavior of the system, we can identify times when we're wasting energy, like during COVID, when we had less than 10 to 15,000 people in our terminals. We only saw maybe an 8% drop in energy consumption. So that's how we can use that to maybe adjust the system to make it flexible so it can optimize how we function. And optimization is key because you can optimize for multiple criteria like passenger comfort, energy consumption, emissions, etc.
What are DFW's ambitions in the coming year regarding the environment?
So we were the first carbon neutral airport in North America. We're proud of that because doing it in the state of Texas was significant for us because it's often viewed as an oil and gas state, but many people don't realize it's the #1 state in the US for wind generation. So we achieved carbon neutrality in 2016, and we also recognized a significant drop in our carbon footprint because we shifted to 100% renewable electricity, and we paid the lowest costs in almost 30 years. So that was the path, the journey that got us to where we are today. However, last year we made an even more ambitious commitment to achieving net zero carbon by 2030, which is 20 years ahead of the industry goal of 2050. And the reason that's significant is, it no longer can you just buy offsets, to eliminate the negative impacts of what you do. So our goal is centered on reducing our current carbon footprint by 97% and then you cannot eliminate everything. But whatever is remaining at the end, we will remove using engineered solutions or nature-based solutions. So that's our goal, carbon removal that would improve our local region, as well as offset any residual emissions.
DFW have been on an environmental journey for nearly 16 years now. What were the biggest challenges you faced along the way, and how have you learned from them?
I would say the biggest challenge is mindset, because the prevailing thought in our industry in the United States is that it takes a premium in order to invest in sustainability, right? And so what we tried to do is go about proving, quantifying the benefits of those investments, and we actually proved that sustainability is actually complementary to good business, right? So you can improve your economic performance by conserving and using less. So that's the biggest challenge we've had, is changing the mindsets to understand that it's a complementary practice. What we've learned along the way is that, these sustainability goals are not individual goals, they have to be collective, because an individual cannot achieve a sustainable future in isolation. You have to do it through collaboration, through partnerships. And we've been beneficiaries of many partnerships, both technology and from the federal government. Our Department of Energy, the National Renewable Energy Lab, the Oak Ridge National Laboratory, those are federal resources that have given us funding to research some of the complex problems that we're dealing with. And so because of that, we've found better ways of creating a sustainable future for the airport. So very exciting.
Very exciting. And just briefly going back to the first half of your answer, it's nice to see that it's not just a point for differentiation between airports, it can actually bring real value to the airport.
Absolutely, and going beyond that, our CEO spoke yesterday, and he made the comment that a lot of airports compete, for business. However, with sustainability, we do not compete. We partner, we collaborate, and so that's an important aspect as well.
What have you enjoyed most about this year's World Aviation Festival?
It's been refreshing to not have to convince people of the urgent actions required to change the trajectory of life on our planet. And a lot of people are, speaking about what actions are you going to take, and that's been very, very insightful, very encouraging, inspiring. And so I've enjoyed hearing the conversations that are going around and the number of people that want to partner, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the next year between now and the next event.
That's great, and best of luck with your...
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me.